Favorite TV show from the 90s? I'm gonna go Friends. The cagoule, which is like a hooded jacket that zips up to here. Very Manchester-esque. So I had MSN, and my sister actually created it for me, and it was cozy_for_England@hotmail.com. Oasis. They defined the 90s. I'm going to give it to Leo. Can't beat Leonardo DiCaprio. What a guy. So you're going to think a little bit more baggier jeans than these days. A cagoule in there. Maybe like a Ben Sherman polo. Pair of Adidas Superstars on their feet. Bit of a mod haircut. That look would still bring it today, if you ask me. Very cool look. Best thing about the 90s, 1999, Manchester United won the treble. Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League. I got a pair of roller skates for like Christmas one time, and my dad took me to the half pipe, and it was just a no-go. I know what pugs are, I know of them. I couldn't tell you the specifics, but yeah, I did not have them.
Favorite TV show of the 90s will have to be Seinfeld. Pretty darn funny, but close second is The Simpsons. Definitely enjoyed that with my siblings. Funny stuff. Matrix, for sure. Awesome. Classic movie. The sequels were not quite as good, but the original, man, Keanu Reeves best. Hit article of clothing, because we remember our favorite articles of clothing from 25 years ago. Let's see. I can talk about styles, perhaps. Maybe like the pegged pants. Rolling the baggy jeans. So you'd wear baggy jeans, but then you'd peg the bottom and sometimes even have one of them up higher than the other. And that was kind of crazy. No, but I do remember AIM back then, and you'd come up with silly names. My wife still has an email that she made, back when email like came out around then. When it's like Andrea Hugs, something like that. So they just have like we'd have strange names that we thought were pretty cool, but then you start to use them in a professional environment. And you're like, well, what the heck was I thinking? I mentioned Keanu Reeves. Mike Myers. What a stud. Wayne's World. Oh my goodness, that was the start. He's a great actor now too, but back then that's when he was coming out. Phenomenal. Stereotypical 90s person. I don't know. I mean, maybe some baggy jeans with the peg pants, and even some tie-dye was thrown out there. I feel like maybe that was the 80s, but it all mixes together after all this time. But a mullet, there would be some mullet action going on back then. White walls, where you shave the side of your head. That was pretty popular. Definitely did that for a few years. But yeah, the baggy jeans, the peg pants, the white wall, tie-dye, throwing a mullet, and you got yourselves a stud in the 90s. I don't know. Best thing about the 90s, I'm trying to think if the Red Sox won anything then, but they didn't. Neither did the Celtics. They all waited till like 2000 to Boston start dominating. Best thing about the 90s, so I was like 12. I had some Pogs. Definitely, we'd have some Pog wars. Yeah, you have no idea what a Pog is, Jake, huh? Ever hear of Pog?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Did you collect them from the shop?
Yeah. A very long time ago. It was before you were born, though. A little bit. We would sometimes, our school would always go to they'd have like a rollerblading rink, that we'd have like fun music and dancing and school events.
Alright, so favorite TV show from the 90s was Family Matters. Steve Urkel was a genius. I liked when he turned into Stefan Urkel as well. So I'm an older brother. So we were watching a lot of, kid movies. So I'm gonna have to say Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, yeah. So my AIM username was YTruly5, yours truly 5. I just remember that clearly because my wife and I, now she's my wife, but back then we used to stay up for hours, typing on that thing, getting screamed at by our parents to get off. But yeah, that was it. Favorite band had to be Boyz II Men. I'm a big R&B guy, and when they came in singing a cappella and just not using voice machines and whatnot like these guys are using now, right? I thought it was awesome. So that was music that sent chills through your bones. So Boyz II Men. Oh man. For me, where I grew up, just cool guys, extra baggy clothes. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I had one too, but Jerry curls were in back then, a nice Jerry curl, dripping. And then maybe a guy, maybe had a jersey on or something, or a baggy t-shirt. But yeah, that was kind of the 90s trend that I kind of remember. Definitely a pair of Jordans on as well. I'm getting personal, but for me, the best thing for the 90s was meeting my wife, right? I think she'll like that one too. No, but I met her in 98. And so, she was my high school sweetheart. Now we're married and one kid, another kid coming. So I'm gonna say that was probably the best part of the 90s for me. You know what? When my mom would let me, because she didn't want me to get hurt. I was pretty serious about soccer at a young age. But when she'd let me, or I'd go over to my friend's house, I thought I was the man, right? Doing little tricks off the sidewalk and, spinning and whatnot. I was pretty fast back then, so I could get a lot of speed up. So I did some pretty cool jumps. Never got hurt, so it was pretty awesome. Yes. Definitely collected Pogs. It was kind of a soccer thing. A lot of our buddies did. I got a funny little story I'll tell you real quick. But I went over to my best friend's house and we were hanging out playing Pogs. And if you know how to play Pogs, if you flip it over, you get to take it home. So I was beating him. I was going for all of his nice Pogs, of course, that his mom just bought, and I took him home. Okay, and that night got a phone call. I think she called my mom and told me that I had to return his Pogs the next day, and I was a little confused because that's not how the game worked. But I was big into Pogs back then.